like I said, I made a wave file of
Your
my
performance,
my
like
intro for the
yeah.
Follies. Whoa, my voice got weird for a second.
So I'm sitting in a hot room, no AC, gotta find a job, but it's hard to find one when you're sitting around in the heat.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the In the Basement podcast. We're in a basement. No, we're actually on Skype. My name's Alex Bowden,
I'm Ryan.
and welcome. That intro once again was getting famous. Are we ever gonna change up that intro? They're gonna go in for a recording session one day.
Yeah, no,
Uh,
they should record us a jingle, something.
yeah, they did do a great uh song at the Follies, but we'll talk about that later, ladies and gentlemen. Some of you don't even know what the Follies are, huh? Idiots. You're idiots. You're all idiots. You boil my blood with your stupidity. All right, let's get into this. Why did we miss last week, Ryan?
Because we're dumb and we can't keep scheduling, even though it's super easy.
Yeah, I've had a lot of work to do this week, stress and stuff. Why did we miss a week? Because I've been working on a lot of crap, guys.
A whole lot of crap.
Yeah, and let me turn down my music because I'm this music is getting me amped, yo. This music is getting me amped, dog. But we missed a week because I've had to write like papers and stuff and do a lot of homework. And on top of that, I had to think about SATs, sign up for college tours. I'm about to leave my home city in a year or so, a year and a half. And as much as that's kind of like, oh, pre-planning a little bit far back, it's still good to think about the future. It's good to start thinking now. But when you do start thinking, it causes a lot of stress. And on top of all the short-term things you have to think about doing, you also have to think about the long-term stuff. So that's mainly why we missed a week, and I apologize for that because I really wanted to keep it up, and to think that we stopped at the second episode and it was kind of like a break is kind of unfair. So I apologize to whoever was listening. Zero people.
A lonely person waiting on, Sunday.
Guys, I was waiting. Come on. And so yeah, basically all that culminated to the end of the week where basically I had to make a whole comedy act and perform it in front uh, of a very large percentage of the school, including the faculty and the students. And so that was stressing me out. And Ryan texted me. He was like, "You want to record a podcast?" And I'm like, "Well, no." And and because literally, I I'm kind of passionate about this, but still I need to think about what's next, like I said, long term stuff. So that's kind of what stressed me out. And I think with that we can talk about the Follies. And Ryan, I think it's fair, since I've been running my mouth, and I realized in the last weeks that I was running my mouth a lot too, so I'm going to give you some space to talk about the Follies.
All right. So, for those who don't know, The Follies is essentially a talent show, and it's once a year. It was on Friday because right now today's Sunday, so the beginning of the weekend, and it's just a nice little show that they put on usually for the senior class, like a fundraiser, and anyone can do whatever act they want to do, and it's including Alex here. He did his little comedy act, which is quite nice. But as a spectator of the event, I can say that it was definitely, worth my $5 in which I paid to go to. I,
Definitely.
yeah,
Every year it's pretty good. And all the proceeds for the past 10 years that they've put on the show is in support for a senior class gift, and it helps upgrade the sound in the gym because we have like a big sound studio where you just play like really crappy pop music, but sometimes you play some good music during pep rallies. And then in the auditorium, we've been upgraded to 2010 systems. So I mean, we've done well. And now we have a new studio, which we got from a grant that uh, our band teacher and a couple of English teachers and a tech teacher, they signed up to get a grant. I think we got like $9,000 or 90,000. I'm not sure.
I heard it was close to 100,000.
Yeah. So it was pretty much $100,000 for a new studio. And so all of that money went to that, the auditorium and the gym. And so, it's good for the people who are interested in communications and music and in all of that technology, the new media out there. And, you know, and then people who are performing, they get to show off to the school. And it's all for a good cause. And it's fun too. Best $5 you'll probably ever spend.
Yeah,
Uh,
I definitely got my $5 out of it, and it's interesting to see. There's a lot of people that perform that you wouldn't expect to perform, and it's kind of nice seeing their hidden talents almost.
Definitely. Yeah. And um, to think that people spend $5 on a lunch. That was like a 2 hour event, and
Yeah, no,
you
I
know,
I only expected to be like an hour and a half tops, but it was like 2 hours. You can't even see a movie for that long for $5.
yeah, definitely. Um, and I have the program with me right here, so I I kind of want to talk about some of the acts we did, and um, if we didn't like any acts, we're not gonna say how many people were in it, or if it was one person or two people, we're not gonna say specifically because you never know who's listening. So we're not gonna be too specific on that, but I kind of want to do a little critique on that, a little review.
All right,
And if I were to do a review as a whole, I would give the show 5 stars or
I'd give it
4.9.
four, definitely a four.
Or a 4.9 because there was, you know what, 4.5. As I look at this, I start to bring it down a little bit. Some of these people just, uh, yeah. Well, we'll talk about it. Uh, the MCs. How we like the MCs? I definitely like the
I enjoyed
MCs.
the MCs. They put enough little jokes, and it was enough where it wasn't too much, where every single thing they were saying was a joke, and it kind of had that like school event feel to the jokes, which I kind of enjoy that.
Yeah, making references to like teachers and stuff.
Yeah,
Like, Miss So and So, I'm waiting for you. I love you, and like all of that. So, all of those shout outs and stuff. It had a very school type event, so it was nice. Let's talk about the first act, which was a video by a couple of kids, which was a new version of Frozen. Guys, I was in that video. Did you see me?
wait, yes, I did see you. You were in the classroom scene, sitting in a chair. I
Yeah.
remember that. I thought that was pretty funny, because
Yeah, I thought it
they
was.
actually made it work, with the words. And it was the combination of a couple of songs from Frozen, and they made it all about going to college and all that stuff. I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah. I at first I was in that class, and when I heard that they were doing that, I was kind of like, no. But it turned out all right. Next, we have a couple of our friends, including Patrick, who is in Getting Famous, who does our intro. They did a tribute to Tenacious D, in which the song was Tribute, and the name of their band for that event was called Delicious Bass. Not Delicious Bass, guys, Delicious Bass.
Yes, I'm a fan of Tenacious D, so I thought that was pretty cool that they did that song, and it was a really good performance. I thought they did a nice cover of it. But the only thing I could say would be nice is if they were like a lot of that song has some words in it that they were most likely not allowed to say during the event. So I mean, if they were allowed to say it, then I'd think that would probably make the performance a little bit better. You know?
And I feel like not a lot of people were laughing at it. So like,
Yeah, no.
I
If you didn't know the
if you
song,
didn't get it, if you didn't even people, I bet people don't even know that Jack Black was in Tenacious D.
no, I don't think so.
Guys, the Jack I didn't choose the Jack Black life. The Jack Black life chose me. Um Next, we had a girl playing the piano. That was good. No
Yeah, if I'm
complaints.
not mistaken, she played last year, maybe. I'm not entirely sure, but she did a good job on the piano.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good song.
Always.
Well, she played the piano and she sang. I'm pretty sure she did a good
Yeah.
job.
Um. Then we had a a song by Ariana Grande, Best Mistake, but Ariana Grande wasn't there. It was a girl who was previously in a
Another
thing
school event.
at another one of
Yeah.
our school events, and a rapper gentleman,
Yes.
and they did quite well. There was
Yeah.
lots of yas
Yeah, I
by the
thought that
rapper.
they got a good feedback from the
Yeah,
audience, and it was a pretty good song, good energy, good vibe.
yeah, and he knew
Oh,
that
my
he was
chair.
getting laughs from the yeah because it was like boop boop yeah, like he kept saying that, so it was kind of funny. Um, Next we had Fire and Rain by James Taylor, with a couple of our friends, one on guitar, one singing,
I thought
on
they did a good
acoustic.
job. The only thing I would say, the mic needed to be
Couldn't
closer
hear
to
the
the guitar.
guitar.
Yeah, I know, but I could kind of make out. It sounded good.
Yeah, I mean, like the only problem with the event is that they, the audience, the audience is tough
Yeah, no.
because they talk a lot. It's a very talkative audience. So, but with that, I also hate whoever was shushing throughout the whole thing.
Ooh.
Did you hear that one person going shh whenever something was happening? I heard it through my act, and I kind of wanted to say something. It was funny. Like, I want people to laugh. I want people to talk to mine because it's like a
Yeah, it
social
makes you
thing.
makes you more comfortable.
And when someone's like, "Shh, come on, he's making his next joke," like that just ruins the fun. Come on, guys. And I wanted to say something like, "Whoever's shushing, like, please stop." But I was in the moment, so we'll talk about that. Smooth Criminal, Michael Jackson,
I
great
think
jam.
this honestly was the highlight of the evening.
Not even mine. Thanks a lot.
No, yours was
No,
good, but I don't know that brought the house down. That event that should have been
y-
the finale.
yeah, probably that was good.
Great
Um,
dancing, fantastic choreography.
um, Now I'm not gonna name the next two, the next people slash person slash song slash dance. Um, Ryan, I'm gonna turn on the camera and show you because we're currently on Skype.
Oh,
So I'm gonna I'm gonna show you which one I'm talking about. It was a it was a couple of people. They didn't do too well. Uh,
uh, wait. Oh yes.
yeah.
Mhm.
So that's between you and I, but that's kind of like that point one that goes down.
Yeah, I know,
Then
but
we
they did it for fun though.
I don't know.
Well, I mean,
It was, you know what? I'm gonna say it was good. Wink. Our
I thought they did a good job. It takes a lot of guts to go up on
It
stage,
does. It
you know.
does. If you yeah. Yeah, it takes a lot of guts, definitely, if you've never done it before. It's a scary thing to go up in front of a lot of people and do something that you've never done before, so definitely. Next we had Ty the Human.
I thought that was a pretty interesting
That
performance.
I like that performance. It was funny. He said
Yeah.
he was a big-nosed man, and I thought that was funny. So I give him credit for that.
Yeah, he did a good job vocally with his rapping, and I kind of liked how he wasn't really taking it. I don't think he was taking it seriously, like joking
Yeah,
around, having fun with it. That's what it's all about.
yeah, definitely. And that's what the Follies are for. It's not there was a lot of singing. There was 13 singing acts.
Yeah, I know that. I don't know. It shouldn't be like that. Like if you just want to go up on stage, do something stupid, go ahead. You know.
Yeah. And that's what it used to be about. It was never really about talent. It was about being stupid. And obviously there was talent, but now it's become more of a talent show, and it was still good. I don't have many complaints, but yeah. Um we had our friend Patrick from Getting Famous once again doing an original acoustic solo.
I thought he did good, but once again, I don't know how the audio was working with the acoustic guitars
Yeah,
throughout
there
the
was
whole
some.
event. It was pretty quiet. I don't know. I feel like it's difficult because with your strumming hand, there has to be a gap between the strings, which is where the sound is coming from in the actual microphone.
Yeah, and there's always some sort of issue with the mics. I the person who did the sound, our band director, did a great job, definitely, with
Yeah.
handling that. I he when he was at sound check, he kind of didn't want to be there, but I could tell that, you know, he's it's all part of the job.
Yeah, no,
So
he made it the best that it honestly possibly could have been, and like the little hiccups, he couldn't help that. That's just how it happens, you
yeah,
know.
with the materials given, when life gives you lemons, he made
You made the
lemon
follies.
lemonade, lemonade follies. Then we had a ballet act,
Oh, I thought that was pretty good.
Solana Del Rey. That was pretty good.
Yeah,
Um, we had one of our friends, one of my friends, do a cover from Shrek the Musical. There was like bongos and such. It
that
was,
was nice.
and was it in the first act, the Lord of the Rings
Yeah,
interpretive
I think that
dance?
was the end. I think that was the end. I'm not
Yeah,
sure, but that was hilarious. The interpretive dance.
yeah. And they got off right at. I was talking to uh one of the people who was involved with that, and they said we purposely run off the stage when the music gets to the climax. So that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Then it was intermission. Here's where the story begins, ladies and gentlemen. The intermission. Here's what happened. And you know what? My brother has this on his phone all recorded, so I might put this up on the SoundCloud. I might put it up on YouTube. Um, but here's where the story begins. It was backstage, intermission. The Act 2 was about to begin. Getting Famous was going to perform their song. They were setting up their drums and guitar and amps and everything. And then uh what happened? So they were behind one of the travelers and I was in front uh because that's where we had everything going on for my act. Uh we brought down a rope. So there's a couple of ropes tied up at the top of the stage because of they do drama productions and sometimes they need to have like clouds come down or whatever. And they did a performance of White Christmas, so they did a song called Blue Skies, and which was really good. That was one of our friends who did the Shrek cover, and they had clouds come down. So with this, they had a rope with a cloud attached. We unhooked the cloud. We brought out a dummy, okay? And we put the dummy on a noose because that's the only way it would be connected to the rope. We hooked the noose up to the rope. We brought the dummy up. I checked outside to make sure that nobody was watching the dummy like go up. Nobody saw it coming unless I told anybody about it. Nobody saw that dummy coming. So, perfectly hidden. Uh the two people handling it said we got it. I was talking to the lights crew. I was saying at this certain part you need to black out at so we were coordinating all of that. I said at the record scratch, you do this. And then I talked to Patrick and Rourke and Max, and I said, "Hey Patrick, can you say that this isn't about us? This is more about opening up for Alex." So you did you notice that
Yeah,
when
he did. He said it before he started.
he said it? So that was the setup. I talked to one of my other friends who was in the ballet act, and I said, "Can you do some sort of like weird crawling thing while I'm doing one of my jokes?" uh they had a pack of corn backstage and I said, "Guys, can you throw this at me?" This was all like last minute preparations. I was going over it in my head. I had my notepad, paper, pencil, writing down stuff, crossing stuff out, whole brainstorming thing. Within 10 minutes, the show was about to uh the show was about to begin. Getting Famous does their act, kind of like it was kind of like the intro to this. They had a different song called Ugh, and they
Ooh,
played that. Ugh,
yes. A grunt.
and they played that, and they said, "This isn't about us. We're opening up for Alex Bone," and everyone was like, "Alex, Alex," and oh my God, I my heart was racing through that whole thing. They played their song. I was like, "Can this just last forever? I don't want to go on now." But no, it had to happen. I The MC announces me. All right, the music starts. It's the Johnny Carson theme, and I can put this up on SoundCloud because I made that a WAV file. So the Johnny Carson theme plays, right? And then there's a record scratch. The dummy drops from the top of of the stage. Just how we set it up, the dummy drops. Stage hand runs out, unhooks the dummy. I run out and lay down right where the dummy drops. There's This is all during a blackout, so that's what I coordinated with the lights crew. The lights come up, and I'm standing there. It was like in a movie, Ryan. I I I had my eyes closed too during the blackout, and when the drum roll happened, I opened my eyes and the spotlight came down, and it was all like magical. It was like in a movie. It was so cool. I Whoever somebody needs to like experience this because it was like so cool. Um, and I got up. I I did my jokes. Some of the MCs and stagehands threw corn at me as asked. Um, I had my friend go out, do some ballet stuff, you know, and it was a successful night. Everyone was laughing. We had one heckler,
Yeah,
and I
I
know
didn't know
it's
what did. I never. You should talk about this because I didn't actually notice the heckler.
yeah. I put this up on Twitter, and he was in like the front row, and I know exactly who it is, and I can tell you who it is afterwards. Um, but I said, I said, all right. So one of the jokes when I came out was, guys, I'm announcing my new mixtape, and and because of course you need to, make fun of a trend.
Yeah,
So you
exactly.
say, I
Popular
forgot,
culture.
yeah, memes, and then so I said, can you all spit me a fresh beat all at the same time? So they all did it. It was actually really, and it was pretty good. But I said, shut up, that was terrible. And as I said that was terrible, the guy said, like you, and
Ah,
he like yelled it out really loud. It's even on the tape of the thing, and I was like, thanks, man. But the point of my thing was like the point of my act was to get nervous and stuff. So you know the whole act was a joke. So if you're making fun of something that's already a joke, you look extremely smart. So that was sarcastic, by the way. So
we should wait. Did you have the footage of
yeah,
said?
I'm gonna put it up on the In the Basement YouTube.
That would be perfect. I was gonna suggest that.
Yeah, I need to get it through my brother's thing, and I want my brother to co-host. I'm not co-host, be a guest on here one day.
That sounds good.
Yeah, but sorry, I'm coughing. I'm sick, which is also why we had a late podcast. But yeah, otherwise it turned out well. Everything worked out. Everyone was laughing. Everyone had a good time, and even through the next act, people were still talking about my act. And of course, whoever was shushing had to shush again. Because everyone was talking. It was funny. So, you know, that's how it went. Then we had someone playing piano. That's where everyone was talking. So we had the shush lady, very good piano. We had that kid who was rapping the Ariana Grande song from previously.
Yeah, that was a pretty good song for his own original writing. That was actually really good.
Yeah. Um I can tell a story about that. When we were doing sound check, so this was like a couple of hours before the show, and we were doing sound check, and he was going on doing his song. The song was an original song he made called "Suicide Note." It was it was a really good thing actually for an originally created song. It went very well. Uh, that could be a hit, honestly. Um, but I brought up one of the stage hands who I'm friends with. They were like, let's hook up the dummy to the string or whatever. Now, like I said before, the dummy is hooked up to a noose, which is hooked up to the string. So while this kid is performing his song called Suicide Note, we bring out the dummy with the noose on it.
Oh no.
And the girl, because him and the girl were doing the thing, the girl looks over and her eyes like widen, and we were like, "Can we bring this backstage?" And my friend was like, "Yep, let's not do this out here." So
Oh,
so
that's
that's an
terrible.
interesting story. But we made friends with them because that kid who was rapping, Ty the Human, we were doing little Bobby Shmurda dances. So yeah, they got along with us afterwards. Uh, Great drum solo,
Yes, the ultimate solo. I thought
the
that was
ultimate
really good. A
solo.
returning solo, I think better this year than last year.
Hmm.
Definitely lived up to the name as the ultimate drum solo.
Definitely. I keep coughing. I'm sorry. I have something lodged in my throat. This is really bad, really inconvenient. Tom Jones song by one of our friends. Very good. Um, an Ed Sheeran song. I missed a lot of this.
Yeah,
I
no, he switched up the song. It wasn't the one that I was thinking.
no. Well, there was another Ed Sheeran song, but I don't know if that person went out and performed because I was backstage on laying down on a couch sleeping because I was so tired after my act. So that's a true story.
Wow. Get a little.
Was there a break dance?
There was not a break dance. Everyone was really upset in the audience. They were like, "I came for the break dance." There was no break
Hmm.
dancing. I don't know if the person said they could break dance and didn't actually know how to break dance, or if they just didn't come.
Hmm.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Last minute Ed Sheeran song, like you were talking about,
Yes.
or form,
Oar
which
form was
is
pretty interesting. I never knew you could do martial arts with an oar.
yeah. So that was Taylor Swift.
The only problem I had with that one was that one of the mic wasn't working.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
It's all the acoustic songs that
Yeah.
the mic was kind of but I didn't know because I was backstage, so it sounded normal. I apologize for coughing, guys. Kill me. And then we had a final duet. Hashtag relationship goals.
Yeah, that was honestly like pretty good finale, I must say.
Yeah. So yeah,
Definitely pieced together everything. Yeah, the Follies. Pretty
that's the
successful.
show.
Yep.
Special thanks to band director, drama director,
Everyone made it happen. That was a
choral
fun night.
choral director who
Yes.
helped people sing, tech director who filmed everything so I can get a good quality film of it. Vice principal, the other vice principals, they were giving out food and stuff. And of course, our principal who kind of made it all happen. So, stagehands, assistants, and of course, MCs. So thank you very much, guys, if you're listening to this. I appreciate everything, and I'm sorry for coughing. I'm gonna keep coughing. So Ryan, I think you should take it from here.
All right. So, well, you have written here that we should talk about some type of video game topic. So, I don't know if you had something. Is there anything? I know that Borderlands: The Handsome Collection, which I talked about in another episode, is coming out in 2 days. I'm quite excited for. Can't really beat two games and all the DLC in one $60 value. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Um. Are you getting that?
I plan to. I don't know if I'm gonna get it the day it comes out, but probably within the week.
Do you have those sufficient save files and stuff?
Yes, but however, the only thing that kind of was bothering me about it was I have higher level save files on
PC.
PC
Yeah, same.
and PC to console. So I
Hmm.
mean, I don't know if there's some. I'm sure there's some way I could like convert, because I remember seeing like there are programs out there where you could take a 360 or PS3 Borderlands save file and convert it into a PC one, throw it on a USB, and bing bang boom,
Yeah. I
vice
want to
versa.
know how to do that too, except I don't have a 360, so.
Well, yeah, I know. We'll look into that, because I'm sure you'd rather play on your already worked on character than start a new
I
character.
wouldn't mind starting a new one, but
Well,
I need
I
help.
know for a fact that I'm gonna be starting a new one, for sure when it comes out.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Are you doing it with a friend of ours, Star Trek?
I believe so. Yes.
Nice. That's a code name, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing it with Star Trek. Do you think Star Trek would want to do it with me too?
I think so. Yeah.
Because he's been mad about me during heists.
I
Oh
know.
yeah, good
The
video game topic, GTA heist.
GTA Heist finally came out after being delayed endless amount of times. It was fun. I enjoyed playing them.
Yeah. First day was nah.
Well, yeah, no, I enjoyed playing them like 3 days after they came out, because the servers would not even begin to hold any type of, amount of people that were trying to play Heist. It was crazy.
I guess it's expected. You
Yeah,
know,
no, but the same
Rockstar.
thing happened with, um, well, wasn't that GTA Online too? When GTA Online first
First
came
came
out,
out.
it was just madness.
Yeah. What can you do? It's Rockstar.
Yeah, and they made a good game. It's just servers.
Yeah. Heist was tough for
Yeah,
me.
no, they would. Actually, Star Trek and several other buddies were doing the final heist, Humane Labs, and they're on. Well, they started the heist 2 o'clock in the morning, and they stopped trying. They did not finish it, but they stopped trying like an hour and a half ago.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah, there is quite a difficulty level there.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Uh, I wouldn't even. I wouldn't even go near that.
No.
I did get a high-end apartment from doing heists with other guys, so you know. But I think heists are pretty good. I want to know. So there's this guy in the heists, like the guy who's setting it up, with the brown hair or whatever. Like he has a cool jacket, and I want that in GTA and in real life.
So you can just walk around and be like, I have the jacket from GTA.
Yeah,
Wow.
I don't know why. It's not even that good of a jacket. I mean, I just like the style of it.
All right. Well, what else is there that's happening? I don't know. Gaming industry's been kind of quiet.
Yeah.
I don't really know. We kind of covered everything that's happening in like episode 1.
When's E3?
E3, I do not know.
Yeah. There should be an Assassin's Creed trailer coming out
Well, yeah, I'm sure.
like in a couple weeks. So
Any speculations as to the next game, unless it's already been announced, which I am
it's
unaware
it's
of.
it's been leaked.
Ooh,
Do you want to know what it is?
sure.
Uh, Assassin's Creed Victory.
All right.
There's no trailer for it, but
You just know it's Assassin's Creed Victory. Well, do you just know the title, or is there like,
it's Victorian London.
uh,
No speculation on character name is possibly Samuel Fay,
hmm.
and he fights like big bosses in the industrial era of England. So, you know, hopefully they do well. I mean, I was kind of a little bit disappointed with what they did with Unity, but you never know.
Yeah.
I keep coughing. Do you guys notice that?
I don't know. We should have like a cough counter.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we should move on to the next topic
All right, childhood stuff
that I was talking about.
that you were talking
So,
about.
uh, I don't know why, but this sort of just came to me. Like, the stuff people do as kids, how does that shape them today? Because, I mean, whenever you're in a restaurant somewhere, just somewhere out in public, it doesn't have to be in a restaurant, you always notice there's like at least one kid who's just, you know, disrespectful. And you're like, hey,
Wow, the
stop doing
restaurant I
that.
went to today, Mexican restaurant, there was like a little kid who was leaving like food all over like the floor. I just felt bad.
Yeah, I know, because it's like, where's the parenting? And when I was in New York City in a store, there was a young child who was taking candy off of one of the shelves and literally just opening it, stuffing as much as they could into their pockets and continuing that. And it's like, well, where'd you learn that from? Or where's someone to tell you that that's not what you're supposed to do? Because otherwise, if no one tells you, it's not their fault. It's just plain ignorance that they don't know right from wrong.
Yeah. I mean, we were learning about it in psychology, like nature versus nurture. And we watched the movie Into the Wild, which if you haven't seen it, it's good. Um, it's like the story of this kid named Chris McCandless, and he uh, he ran away from home. He was kind of from a rich family, and he was accepted to Harvard and everything, and he ran away from home to like live kind of like a Buddha life and you know be what be one with nature and everything. So uh the reason why he did it was because he was kind of screwed up because his parents like abused each other, and in a sense he was kind of like mentally scarred from that, and I think that's why it affected him in a bad way. And I think the environment, definitely, nature definitely impacts the way a kid is raised and stuff. So
Yeah, because I feel like people don't realize how much of voice crack. People don't really realize how much of an effect they have on people, especially when they're younger, if they do or say something, because people are more impressionable than one might think.
I'm sorry. uh, I was coughing and had to shut off the mic. I keep coughing, but yeah. Do you have anything more to say about it? Because I need to get something to drink.
Well, yeah, you can just go and get something to drink. I'll just talk about something. All right. I don't know. Like, children are very impressionable, and people don't really understand that because, when you're younger and you're growing up and you're like, hey, what's all this cool new stuff? What does it mean? And if someone kind of misguides you in what's right and wrong in the world, it's kind of like you don't know what's right and wrong. You don't know the difference between that. You have to have someone to tell you, hey, this is what's right. Hey, this is what's wrong. And I kind of feel like that's why people grow up and they're like, hey, I don't know what's right or wrong, so let me just do stupid things. But coming from someone who was raised knowing what's right and what's wrong, that kind of it's weird. I don't know. I was just kind of thinking from that other person's perspective of like I can't really understand what's right and what's wrong, and that's what kind of sparked that topic. And now Alex is still getting water, and I was hoping that he would be back by now. So now we can just talk about whatever. Let's see. Uh, hmm. I recently started watching Breaking Bad. That's something to talk about. Season two. Season two has been kind of slow. For those who, I don't really want to say any spoilers though, but the story in that is just really fantastic. The writing is really good. It's incredibly unpredictable. There are so many surprises. It's like every movie or television show that I watch today is incredibly predictable. Like if you're questioning in a movie, oh, is this person gonna die? Is this person gonna live? And you can kind of like piece together the plot. It's like, oh, they're just gonna not die. But in this, you literally have no idea what's around the corner, and that's what I really, really like about it. Because it's like I finally found that show that's just gonna be like, hey, here's a surprise for you. You didn't expect it, and now it's gonna affect the whole series. And I feel like not a lot of people were ballsy enough to kind of make those moves because a lot of big TV shows they just sort of kept their directions because it kept ratings high, and Breaking Bad was bold enough to make those changes and throw stuff at people and be like, hey, we're not conforming to that. We're television gods. You can just watch it. Whether or not you like it or hate it, it's still gonna be here. And that kind of amazes me how they could do that and get away with doing so much and people loved it just because of the writing and stuff. It was just fantastic. Even though it's over and now there's Better Call Saul.
Hello.
Oh, welcome back.
Were you running out of ideas? What did you start talking about?
I was talking about Breaking Bad.
Ah, my God. This is why there should be another person. Oh my God. So, Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad.
I never watched that.
I would watch it.
I should get into it, but it's tough to get into stuff with all the work that's around.
Yeah, no, I honestly am at like a one episode per day regimen.
Yeah, I can't handle that. It's a lot of self-control and stuff, which I'm not capable of necessarily. Not like that, but it's tough. But you know, so
So,
what's up?
I don't know. What else is there to talk about? What other topics do you have?
I don't know. I want to talk more.
Yeah, I feel like we should talk more. It's only 40 minutes.
Yeah, want to talk more about the Follies? I want to talk about next year's
Next year's
Follies, because I've
Follies.
already got plans for that.
Well, why don't you give us a little sneak preview?
Well, I believe that I am emceeing next year's Follies.
Ooh. Is that a
Um,
senior privilege kind of deal?
yes, sir.
All right.
But I did say corn, with the MCs, so technically I assisted them, which means I'm the first junior MC of the
Wow.
Follies. So yeah,
What an honor.
it really is. Um, so me and we one of my friends, he attracts a kind of, like a more popular demographic, whereas I don't really. And I think in a way we would work well together. So because he's funny, and I guess you could say I'm funny, which is not necessarily true. but but
And we're back from cutting something out because Alex doesn't like to say people's names. All right.
yeah, I don't know why I don't like to say
The
people's names. It's really,
principal.
the principal is probably gonna choose me, um, for the Follies. So you know, it's kind of up to me to like think about stuff, but we've got a video to introduce it. I think because I'm taking a digital and video communications class, so
Ooh.
I'm gonna learn how to function a camera properly, so I won't fail in life, because my life's work is all built up to this. Um, so we've got a video to introduce, and I think we're gonna enter from the back of the auditorium. And there's, in all auditoriums, there's like big doors in the back, so that's where you enter from. Um, so we're entering from there. It's gonna be like a big, how they do it at the Emmys, like big video, and then they enter in, and it's all, oh, ha ha ha, very funny. And then you introduce the first act, do all of that, right? Um, and then depending on what acts there are, that's where you make your jokes, and you just formulate the ideas, you throw them back and forth, and eventually you got yourself a show. We have Dylan gave me an idea the other day, where he said um, he was gonna play the accordion, and I was gonna say like that my roots were Russian, and then like rip off my clothes and then be in all like Russian like garb and start
And we're
dancing
just like
around
put
to
on a heavy coat
yeah,
and do the little dance where you crouch down and kick your legs out.
exactly. That's the
Wow.
exact thing. So there was that. And then I was thinking for a finale to do that episode from SpongeBob Band Geeks where he's like, Sweet Victory at the Bubble Bowl.
Oh.
and then just get everyone to take their phones out and like do the flashlight, and the sweet, sweet, sweet victory, yeah. Like all of that.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun.
So I think that would be a good way to either close out the show or, introduce Act Two. And rather a good way to close out the show would just be thanks everyone, goodbye.
Yeah. I don't know, whatever to keep the audience going, you know.
Yeah.
Because I
So
mean, at times during this year's Follies, it was kind of like, this is dragging on too much, and definitely there were I felt an uneven amount of singing acts versus general acts of whatever it is, whether it's like I don't know comedy, like acting or something. I
yeah,
don't know.
and you can't blame them because there was definitely a higher ratio of singing rather
Yeah,
than other things. But if singing's your thing, which is the thing for a lot of people, then that's you got to do what you got to do, especially if you want to perform. Obviously, there were some singing acts that I thought were unnecessary, but you know, different different ideas.
yep.
So, um, but yeah, that's my idea. I need to brainstorm more. Do you know how long it took me to do this year's thing?
I don't know. I would
So,
guess like a month of total planning.
not not exactly. It took the idea for the introduction with the dummy drop was introduced by my band director. He said you should do the dummy drop like from Mr. Bean. I was like, all right. I went onto YouTube to try to illegally rip off the Mr. Bean theme, where he drops from the sky and then the spotlight comes on him. Coughing again. You take a swig of orange juice.
Ooh. This podcast is brought to you by Tropicana Orange Juice.
Tropicana. It's orange juice, maybe. Um, so it was introduced by him. He was like, do the dummy drop. Um, and so that was the idea, and I expected more ideas, because he kind of made up last year's act because I didn't act last year, and he kind of thought it all up for me, which I thank him for dearly because it helped
It's
me
a
a
lot of
lot.
work.
It gained me a lot of confidence, and it was a lot of work. Anyways, so he thought up of that, but he kind of left it up to me to like do the like the song and everything. So here's what happened. So I tried to rip the Mr. Bean theme from YouTube. Didn't work out, couldn't find any good quality. And, if anyone does, don't send it to me because I don't care. Um, so what I decided to do, oh my God, was take the Johnny Carson theme. And what I would do was, uh, was play the theme, throw in a record scratch, the dummy drops, tell the lighting people to do the blackout, um, and have sirens going. If you heard that, did you hear the sirens going? I thought I put them too quiet when I mixed the
uh,
thing.
I don't remember exactly. I do. I think the silence kind of everyone started talking, and like the dummy drop itself kind of surprised us, and people were like, "Oh," and then you just got murmuring, So that kind of might have drowned it out.
Yeah,
Although I
and
liked the vocal intro where it was like, "Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, introducing Alex
oh,
Bowden."
it in.
That was hilarious. That actually, I was already laughing before you even stepped on stage, so
Yeah,
that was really good.
nice. So so that all of that happened, and then uh, and then I decided for the Johnny Carson theme to come back on. So I did all of that. I did the whole Johnny Carson theme. You know, my teacher was like, "Why wasn't there any Mr. Bean?" And I was like, "Well, if you wanted there to be Mr. Bean, then you do it. I mean, but obviously it was like 2 days before the show, so I'm not gonna cut up a whole Mr. Bean thing when I'm already stressed out with all this other crap.
Yeah.
But you got to do what you got to do." So I was also thinking of taking the beat from "I'm in Love with the Coco" and uh, doing like a fake rap to that, or getting interrupted by that, like having the sound system break down as a joke, and then be like, "All right, I guess I'll have to do jokes," like that. But I just didn't have enough time for that, so I told everyone to spit me a fresh beat, and that comes with the heckling. but but it turned out well. Corn was thrown at
The
me, like I
corn,
said.
that was pretty funny. That was
That was
unexpected and it was tasteful.
that was literally thought up of like 30 seconds before I came on. Like while they were doing their while Getting Famous was doing their thing, we kind of were like, what can we do? And I was like, corn, throw it. Good. This podcast is brought to you by corn.
Corn. It's corn.
So it got on the sound system too. It was like a splat. It was very juicy corn.
Yeah, no, I heard that. It was like
I and then I brought it out like later and I said, corn.
corn. Oh,
This podcast is brought to you by corn. Is it yellow?
is it green? Can you eat it? I don't know.
Maybe.
All right, before we end, I want to end with a story. As of
Do it.
like what I did yesterday. So I went to a Mexican restaurant. Like
Ooh, I did that today.
yes, and I was with friends, and I had two tacos with like if I remember correctly, chicken, bacon, lettuce, tomato, onion, sour cream.
Can I go back
Kind of
in
a
time
strange
and go
combo.
with you guys?
Sure.
Nice.
After we're done. But I got two of those, and I was like, oh, all right, whatever. Because usually I get like a whole sheet of nachos, but I didn't want to carry it because we were gonna go eat it somewhere else. So I just stuck with
Wow.
that, because I'm like, whatever, Mexican food, all of it's good. So I eat it, and I'm like, this is good, yum yum, very fantastic. And we're eating it, uh, and then we're kind of just like goofing off, running around, being stupid. And if you've ever taken a soda can and shaken it up, with the
Yeah,
carbon dioxide or whatever, I'm not sure which gas it is. I just said carbon dioxide.
one of those
Yeah,
gases.
and it just fills up and you get pressurized gas inside of a can. That's pretty much what happened to me. But like
Nice.
it wouldn't come out, so it was just like for a good 3 hours and it was terrible. And I'm pretty sure it was the first time in my life that I've ever been like bloated, and it's a terrible feeling. I feel bad for
Bloated.
anyone. This podcast has been brought to you by bloating. It's terrible.
Bloating. It's bloating. Wait, so like you got an allergic reaction from the thing?
No, it just made me super gassy, and like it's never
Oh,
happened to me before. I didn't know what to do.
really?
Yeah, it was weird. I was just like, ugh. Not fun. I wouldn't recommend it.
I thought you got like sprayed by it and like you just started pooping.
No, I was just gassy. It was
Jeez.
terrible. And then last night I like slept it off. I don't know. I must have released like a a whole bunch of gas in my sleep because I woke up like 2 inches thinner on my waistline.
Well, if you look under your pillow right now, the poop fairy left you some poop. So
This broadcast has been brought to you by poop.
poop.
Poop. It's poop.
It's poop. Um. So I think we're pretty much done.
Yeah, unless you have something else to say. It's been
I think we're
episode 3.
done. A very unsuccessful episode. No, I'm kidding.
Laid
Possibly
back.
coughing.
Possibly
Hopefully I'll
coughing.
be all right. Everyone's been sick recently. The whole school.
Yeah, I know. Cold and flu season at our school is like deadly. People don't know how to
Yeah.
clean themselves.
When the kid behind you in science probably gave you the sickness.
And then you go to school tomorrow and you see that he's healthy and you just throw up on him.
Oh wait, I do have a story of why I got sick. 'Cause I was running. Like I said, I made a wave file of
Your
my
performance.
my
Like
intro
the
for the
yeah.
Follies. Whoa, my voice got weird for a second. Do you hear that?
Yeah.
did you did you hear that? Oh
Yes.
my god! I swallowed my juice rock, so I sounded like that. Oh my god! I can't wait to hear how that sounded. Oh my god!
Weird voices.
Don't cut that. That was
No, I
great.
won't cut it. This podcast has been brought to you by Weird Voices.
This was
Voice.
sponsored by.
All right, continue.
I'm afraid like I sound like it now, but no, I was running and I can't stop laughing. I was running, to school to deliver my CD and it was like extremely cold out. It's like the first day of spring and it's like I'm like dying of frostbite. I'm running. Now I have like splinted shins that are wearing off and like I want to die every single day. I want to die right now. This cough is like killing me. Oh my god. And now I sound like
Kermit the Frog is the best thing I could describe it as.
it wasn't even Kermit the Frog. It was I feel like like something like that, and I wanted to stop.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that's happened to me before when like I drink orange juice or something, and it's just like it coats your throat and it's like, eeh.
Orange. Wait, I need to look this up. Orange juice. Weird. Weird.
All right, we
Weird
should end
voice.
it with the web's explanation of this.
Laryngeal reflux disease. Division of voice and swallowing. Oh my god.
This podcast has been brought to you by what was it? Laryngeal reflux disease.
Oh my god. It like split my voice in half. I sounded like I was part of Anonymous.
Oh my god.
Thank you very much for listening, everybody. The Twitter is at the ITB podcast. Facebook, I don't care. Google Plus, I don't care. YouTube.com/ in the basement, I think. I don't know. You'll find us. Whatever.
Have
don't
a
even
great
care
day,
anymore.
everybody. Yeah. See you
Thank
later.
you, everybody. Bye.
Goodbye.
But it's hard to find my way out of here when I'm tripping over the same shit every morning. Yeah, yeah. I can grow it all day long. I can grow it all day long. Yeah, I can grow it all day long. I can grow it all day. I got a green thumb. Yeah, I'm laying in my bedroom. No girlfriend, gotta find a job. But it's hard to find a girl who will lay around in the dark, sweating like a slob. So I'm sitting in my basement, light bulbs on and my curtains drawn. Glad I found a way to make a quick buck, since I just got kicked out of my parents' home. I can grow it all day long. I can grow it all day long. Yeah, I can grow it all day long. I can grow it all day. I got a green thumb. 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 I got a